Telling you, flavor of fall is in the air and on our desks. I woke up this morning and I legit was starving. I could not get to Brewtiful mornings without some nutrition. And so what better way to start the morning than some maples on Maine? So if you see us eating a little bit this morning, you just have to bear with us. We are trying to power into October and we need to get some nutrition in our system. Magnolia, what you munching on over there?
Of course, the chicken and waffles. There's no other way.
Nitty gritty bowl to go. And I was telling Magnolia before I went live, like, I'm not a big grits person, but these grits are almost like mashed potato consistency. They're so good. Anyway, so if you see us eating on here, bear with us. We're trying to power through and get things going this morning. And we hope everybody's having a fantastic end of September. I want to get one thing out of the air real quick. Okay. So for like the last 4 or 5 days, all I've heard is that there's going to be a government shutdown. And so I called Mayor Dancy and I was like, are we getting furloughed? You know, are we going home? We're getting a vacation? Folks, that's the federal government. We're still here. We're still operating. Your local police department, your fire department, we are not shutting down. That's the beauty of local government. We're here to serve no matter what. So they may not be getting it all the way right up in DC. I know they're trying to come up with some solutions for things, but we're here. We're going to be here. We're always going to be here for you. So don't worry about that.
I did have a moment of panic of like, oh my gosh, did people hear something that I didn't hear? Do I need to know something? But okay, of course, it's the federal government, but we're here.
Yeah. Probably the biggest impact that our viewers are going to see is if anybody's got travel plans, be careful with TSA if TSA does shut down. Anyway.
TSA shuts down?
Well, TSA's federal. I mean, all the federal agencies are going to, I mean, right? Wouldn't everybody?
Well, I had no idea that TSA was like directly federal. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense in my head.
I know. None of it does. That's why we're here in local government making sense of what we can make sense of. All right. So next weekend, big weekend here in Rutherford. We're going to talk all about it this morning. Got a new shirt on here, gray shirt. Got the town of Rutherford on it. Got these little lanyards. Okay, so if you see somebody wearing these next weekend for the Hilltop Fall Festival, stop and ask them, say hello. We're going to have maps everywhere. Oh, Eileen says TSA has to work with no pay. That's going to be fun. I'm sure the lines will get a little longer there. On the back of all these are some QR codes that Magnolia has designed for our event team. So if you got a question, you know, not sure what's going on, go by, see one of our event team. Look, all these QR codes lead to something. So if you're curious about the event schedule, there it is. Scan the QR code. It'll pop up on your phone. Everything you need is right there. Oh, and by the way, that same QR code is going to be on some signs, right, Magnolia?
Yes, it is. So I'm super excited. We're having, I'm sure everybody's seen them around at some point or another in Rutherford 10, but the big sandwich board signs, we've got inserts to put, five signs, 10 inserts. There's going to be some at the anchor of the festivals that have like the general map and the schedule of events. And then at each section, there's going to be maps of the specific vendors within that next block. So I'm so excited. That's a big change that we've had this year for the festival, but I'm hoping that people and visitors who are like, oh yeah, I've only come to Hilltop to visit this one vendor, and you can instantly go see where they are and go visit them. And then hopefully walk around a little bit more and visit everybody else.
All right, let's get some comments going. Let's get some excitement about Fall Festival. Drop in the comments, what is that one vendor that you always have to see? What is that one store you always got to go by and check out? For me, I can't drop in the comments right now or live. I am a little biased, but it's got to be the corn from the fire department. Just all of those toppings and the roasted corn. You know, it was a toss-up between the kettle corn and the fire department corn. Not trying to be corny here, but it was just good. And unfortunately,
it was a toss-up between who?
The kettle corn.
Okay.
And the fire department roasted corn. So, yeah. All right. So next weekend, you're going to want to be here. Hilltop Fall Festival. All things amazing. Rutherford swag. We got all kinds of cool swag. They're going to be there at the Rutherford tent. We want to give a big shout out to our headline sponsor too. We haven't talked much about that. But I do want to this Friday and next Friday talk a little bit more about Optimum Cable. So Optimum, it's actually Optimum Fiber. Optimum Fiber is a fiber to the home company, and this has been something that's been near and dear to my heart. I know it's been an issue here in Rutherfordton for quite some time of increasing our bandwidth and bringing fiber to the home connections to everybody inside the city limits, and that is coming, you guys. We were hopeful to start that in the fourth quarter of this year, but it looks like the launch is going to be the first quarter of next year. But Optimum Fiber is on its way to Rutherfordton, and that will be fiber to the home connections for both high-speed internet, high-speed internet, voice over IP phone service, and digital streaming services. So we cannot be more excited about that. They came on as a sponsor this year. They'll have a booth here. They're going to have information about the build out, information about their packages, and their packages are so reasonable, so reasonable. They just finished a build out in Hendersonville, so you can check them out. Just go to their website, Optimum. Just put in Hendersonville, and you can kind of see some of their prices. But it is going to kind of rock our world and bring us some new speeds to fiber to the home internet service. So I want to give them a big thank you. Again, they'll have a booth there. The other one that I don't know we've been extremely loud about, Magnolia, but we have got some amazing food trucks coming. And I know there's a lot of our viewers that are big fans of Cousins Maine Lobster, and they will be here serving from 11 to 5 in the food truck area. So if lobster is your thing, you're going to want to be in downtown Rutherfordton next weekend, on top of all the other 115 plus vendor spaces that are going to be filled with arts and crafts vendors.
Hold on, I'm pulling up our food truck list right now.
Glad we ate. I'm so glad that we ate before this show.
I know.
Or we'd have been squeezing this one in and getting off to go get some food, just talking about food trucks.
All right, so we've got Chick-fil-A, Nothing Bundt Cakes, the Beach Club, Serendipity Snowballs, Chills on Wheels, Sweet Things by Gina, TD Snow Mist, Arapitas on the Go, Kona Ice, and Cousins Maine Lobster.
That is an eclectic variety of world cuisine right there, mixed in with Rutherford Thai, Maples on Main, Main Street Market, Mama's, Amendment 21,
Main Street Coffee and Ice Cream.
Main Street Coffee and Ice Cream, an easy walk down to Copper Penny, an easy walk down to Mi Pueblito, an easy walk down to Gregory's. Boy, an easy walk down to Carolina Catfish Company. Gosh, what an amazing day in Rutherfordton from a food perspective. So if you're a foodie, I know you're going to enjoy next weekend. Next week is also a busy week early on in the week. So on Tuesday, October the 3rd, down in Kiwanis Park, starting at 4:30, we'll be there from 4:30 till about 7:30, 8 o'clock with all things Over Mountain Victory Trail. So Over Mountain Victory Trail is part of the American Revolutionary story. And the reenactment march will be coming through Rutherfordton on Tuesday. So meaning Tuesday at 4:30, the National Park Service and Rutherford Outdoor Coalition are hosting a ranger-led walk on the Purple Martin Greenway, which is a part of the Over Mountain Victory Trail. And they're going to have kind of a history walk and talk with a park ranger, and then you'll come back to the park. So if you can be there for that at 4:30, you can sign up on ROC's website for that, or on their social media, just so they kind of know how many folks are coming. And then at 6 o'clock, there'll be a reenactment from the Over Mountain Victory Trail Association. So period reenactors from the American Revolution. There'll be some live bluegrass music. And then it's a kind of a time of storytelling, firsthand history storytelling there in the park with period reenactors. I've heard rumor of some black powder rifle reenactments of some shooting of black powder. So keep our fingers crossed on that. But that's going to be a fun time in Kiwanis Park. Look, if you've got school-age children, and no matter what grade they're in, if they are learning I would imagine every grade learns a little bit about the American Revolution. This is a great opportunity to take it away from that textbook, take it away from that classroom, and go to some first-person storytelling with the National Park Service and the Over Mountain Victory Trail Association as we kind of get close to some major milestones in American birthdays. So anyway, come join us in Kiwanis Park on Tuesday. That'll be 4:30 for the Ranger-led walk, 6 o'clock for the reenactment of the Over Mountain Victory Trail Association.
And I have to say, I attended the lunch and learn training that the National Park Service hosted. My time is blurring together, so I can't even tell you how many weeks ago or days ago that was. But it was so cool just to get the inside scoop of all of the history that we have here in Rutherfordton, because you hear it in school, you hear it growing up, you hear all about the American Revolution, but to actually know like the specific history that Rutherfordton holds is so cool. So I definitely encourage everybody to come to that event.
All right, so new shirts. These are not for sale, but check them out. They got event staff, I think, or event team on the back of them. These are anybody that has got anything to do with Hilltop Fall Festival will be looking just like this, maybe with some funky hats, maybe with some funky pants, who knows, but they'll have a shirt that looks like this and a lanyard that looks like this. Check them out. They've got those QR codes. Those will be on the signs. Friday next week at 5 o'clock is also the RS Central Homecoming Parade. So busy week in Rutherfordton on top of city council, town council meeting on Wednesday. We'll get to that in just a minute because we've got some big news to share about that one. But Friday at 5 o'clock is the homecoming parade coming right down Main Street in Rutherfordton. So if you work in Rutherfordton, this is your warning. 5 o'clock on Friday is the homecoming parade. Talk to your boss. If you guys close at 5 o'clock, maybe you can sneak like a 4:45 closing and get everybody out on the streets. Or if you got to get out and get somewhere, you're going to want to get out and get somewhere. Anyway, 5 o'clock Friday, the Hilltoppers are going to be loud and proud coming right down Main Street for their big homecoming events. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I've heard some rumors about fire trucks and big flags. All I know is, Henry Hilltopper is new and refreshed this year. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that. I had no idea his name was Henry.
Henry Hilltopper got a makeover this year, and he is going all out for this homecoming parade. He's got big plans up his sleeve or up his jacket or up his overalls, whatever you want to say. I don't know, but you're going to want to be here for that. Hilltopper proud, right? Okay. Wednesday, town council meeting. This is the culmination of a lot of work that has come together in different areas. So first and foremost, Magnolia, take it away. You've got a plan that's coming to city council next week too.
I know. So it has been a long time coming. It's been a lot of prep work and a lot of research to actually sit down and create the redevelopment plan for the Redevelopment Commission to address housing needs within our urban redevelopment area, which is in the Fairview and New Hope areas of town. So that Redevelopment Commission has set forth a list of goals and objectives and priorities on things that we want to on in housing. So we've already been able to do some of the work in terms of like clearing blighted structures, setting up an urban or a urgent repair program for us to come in, pay for urgent repairs in the home to get the quality back to safe and habitable living conditions. So it's been a long time coming. It passed through the Redevelopment Commission and the Planning Board just last month. So it'll be on the town council agenda for them to call for a public hearing on that plan. And hopefully in November that will be finally be passed. And I'm so excited for all of the work that we've done and all of the work that this plan is going to open up for us.
If you haven't had a chance to read the plan, I encourage you to do that. It's on our city council agenda website. Just go there. You can pull the draft plan down. Even though the plan has been in formation with community, with the Redevelopment Commission, we've already been doing work. We've already started with our housing rehabs. We spent almost $150,000 on housing rehabs, thanks to philanthropic partners that have gifted us money to do that. We've created 17 housing units, and that number actually needs to be updated to 26 here at the meeting as well. Removed 6 blighted structures throughout the area, and so the work is already starting. The trust is already happening there, and so I encourage you to read the plan. And the one thing I do want to say for those that are reading this plan that are not from the redevelopment zone. Okay, so if you read this plan and you don't live in the zone, and maybe you have some thoughts, I want you to think about the plan based on the fact that if you did live in the redevelopment zone, how this changes your lives. Because one of the things that we've been very intentional about doing, and I want to give Magnolia some praise about here is we have been meeting these neighbors in the neighborhood. And so this plan has been meetings outside of town hall with neighbors and community in their community to listen, actively listen about what they would like to see. And then also going door to door with a third party, so that that third party hopefully brought us the same ideas, same opinions from those homeowners that maybe they didn't feel comfortable telling the quote unquote, government, if you will. And so there may be some thoughts and ideas in this plan that don't resonate with your neighborhood, and that's okay. I want you to make sure that you think about it from a totally community perspective and know that we have tried extremely hard to make sure this comes from community to build community. So I do encourage you to read it, though, because like I told somebody the other day, I don't think we're doing earth-shattering work as far as innovation, but we're doing things that change lives in neighborhoods for the quality of those neighborhoods. So I'm really excited about that. We also will be celebrating with the Garden Club their 90th birthday, their 90th anniversary of the Rutherfordton Garden Club. I wonder if they have any original members.
I don't know.
I mean, if maybe like somebody who's like, maybe their mom was a member and like they got drugged to Garden Club meetings when they were a kid, and now they're like 92. It could happen. I don't know.
I feel like you need to do homework and find out.
Yeah, big thank you to the Garden Club. Big thank you to our public works team for kind of getting downtown ready for the festival. They've been working on new mulch, new pansies, new flowers downtown. The Garden Club always does a fantastic job. I think this year they did some work over at Crestview Park. They've done some work at the Rutherfordton Cemetery, just work in and around town. They're doing a big project at the Rutherfordton Cemetery coming up. More about that later, but we'll get some Garden Club members on to talk more about that. Town council meeting has got a big agenda too. So we've been having some big agendas. We've been doing some great work there. Norris Recreation Complex, the council is going to be hosting, calling for a kind of a special meeting, a workshop with the design consultant from Destination by Design on October the 17th. They are kind of finishing up the final plans and have a kind of a new idea based on that master plan that they want to share with town council. And so be on the lookout for that. It'll be a public meeting. We want you to be there. They're going to share it with council. Then we'll kind of vet it through the community and keep that moving forward. The lots that we talked about, the redevelopment plan, there's some lots that'll be up for sale. There was a bid that came in from KPP Diversified Holdings for 3 of the 5 lots. The other 2 lots, one would go to Gateway Wellness Foundation, one to the Habitat of Rutherford County. And so the council will vote on those lots formally to move those forward at their meeting. Bringing up a conversation at the council meeting from last year as well on some street renamings. So with the new Highway 221 bypass coming through the community, you can kind of see it on the map here behind me. This white line is the 221 bypass right here. So I don't know how big your screen is, but you can see where it segments East 2nd Street, Collette Street, Reese Street, and Southern Street. And so we need to kind of do some renaming there, because what's going to happen is we'll have portions of those blocks on one side and then portions on the other side, and there's no accessibility between the two. So from a 911 perspective, from a delivery perspective, from GPS perspective, all of those different things, logistics, we've got some names that we vetted out last year in a survey. We're bringing those back to town council to see if there's an opportunity to rename some streets in the Rutherfordton area. All right, and then last, this is what I was teasing you guys with last week. I said that we've got some really big news coming up, and I am so excited to share this. So the state budget is just about ready to be law. If y'all follow the state budget process, it was long, it was arbitrary, it was like making sausage between the parties in the House and everybody that was involved. But I want to give a big thank you to our local representation that kind of listened to the needs here in Rutherfordton. I don't want to share all of the results from across the county because there are other partners that have news to share on their own. But here in Rutherfordton, we received almost $9.3 million worth of funding for projects that we've been working on trying to find solutions on. Number one is some infrastructure, $3.6 million for our wastewater projects, including some rehabs at our wastewater treatment plant, rehabs of 2 pump stations, and then some tie-ins as a part of this redevelopment plan work in the New Hope community to tie in some churches to our sewer system and to relay some sewer lines that are aging in the redevelopment area. So that's going to be a big project. Project number 2, $1.6 million for a new fire truck for the fire station. So currently Rutherton Fire and Rescue has a 78-foot ladder truck, and it's becoming a little short in some of the areas that we have, just trying to make horizontal reaches or vertical reaches with that ladder. And so this money will help us upgrade that ladder to a new piece of equipment at we're looking at a 105-foot aerial. So going from 78 to 105, and that 30 feet is a big difference when it comes to, making some reaches. So that is fantastic news. And then lastly, a project you've probably heard us all talking about is our police station project, taking this building here at 129 North Main, transitioning it into a police station, and then the city hall will look for a new home to do city administration offices. $4 million for that project to help renovate this building for police and then begin the renovations of a new building or construction of a new building for town hall. So $9.3 million, exciting times here in Rutherton, and we cannot be more thankful to the state to help us reach those needs. And again, that's a kind of a tip of the iceberg, not to tease everybody else in the community, but there were a lot of other community partners that got some amazing funding from the state this year to impact Rutherford County.
So out of my own curiosity and stupidity, when do we have to have those funds spent by?
That is a great question, Magnolia. Usually on those state directed grants, you have about a 2-year period from the contract administration. So typically, the state budget's going to get passed here in the next couple of days. Within, 30 to 90 days. I know that's a big window, but we've got a few of these over the years, and depending on how fast that goes through state government, we'll get a contract, we'll sign the contract, and then usually it's about a 2-year window of time to spend those down.
Perfect.
Yep. You're already thinking about all those fun sewer projects, aren't you?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's one of those things that nobody wants to think about, but gosh, it's expensive, and gosh, it's something we need to invest in for our community. I was just looking, I didn't see in the comments, I was looking through all of the vendors and the vendor map that's going to be coming out, I guess sometime this coming week, right, Magnolia? Do we have a release date on the vendor map?
Well, everything is up and ready to go. I just have to make it public and viewable.
All right, let's look through the comments. Does anybody have comments about who they want to see? I'm going to read off some folks that are going to be there while you're looking through those. Oh, the beach. Oh, that's
people talked a lot about food, so I think
my eye went to the food first. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Arapitas on the go. Arapitas on the go. Arapitas on the go. Oh, they had 3 booth spaces. Okay. Built Smart Woodworking, Small Town Crafts by Missy and Haley, Lucas Ewing Photography, The Man Cave. That sounds like fun.
It's actually the Man Cave and Woman Cave from Forest City. She's actually going to come to Rutherfordton for the day.
How did I not know about this? The Man Cave. If you've bought something from the Man Cave, drop a comment in the comments. Trinity Christian School, Out of the Ashes. Rutherford Regional, who's also one of our sponsors. Thank them. They are going to be set up on one of our end caps opposite of Optimum Cable, and they are going to be doing something fun with the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. So I don't know if you saw this, Magnolia, but Rutherford County Sheriff's Office and Rutherford Regional Health System have teamed up. I don't know if they're going to bring it to the festival. I'm going to call today and find out if they can, but they have teamed up and done a breast cancer awareness vehicle. So they have wrapped a sheriff's vehicle with breast cancer awareness. It is so cool. You talk a little bit, I'll pull it up.
Well, Dot just commented and said that she loves the restructuring of the booths down the center of Main Street to leave local storefronts accessible. And I am so excited too. We still have a whole lot of logistics to actually plan on how we're actually going to execute this the morning of the festival. Oh my gosh, it's pink.
Yes.
That looks so good.
Before the comments go crazy, from what I understand, all sponsored by Rutherford Regional Health System, Sheriff's Office, let them use one of their vehicles. And so that'll be for the month of October. I hope they keep it for the whole year. It's pretty cool. So I don't know if they're going to bring that to the festival or not, but how cool is that? Kind of a partnership between the Sheriff's Office and Rutherford Regional Health System for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I'm so sad that they didn't ask RPD to do a car.
I know. Hey, we'll have our breast cancer ribbons up. Those are going up today. They'll light up on Monday for October. So we've got our pink ribbons out on Main Street. Those will light up. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I do know that the Rutherford County Art Guild is going to be having a live demonstrations throughout the day, both pottery, wood turning, painting. They're going to have all kinds of live art demonstrations throughout the day. Whew. Tiny Pencil Studio, they got some cool stuff. Have you seen the stuff that Tiny Pencil's got?
Mm-mm.
She was here last year. She's got some really cool stuff. Definitely check out her booth. Golly, so many cool stuff here. So much cool stuff.
There's a vendor called Flower Pot Village People, and I'm so excited just to see what they have.
Flower Pot Village People.
Uh-huh.
Oh, last thing on Hilltop Fall Festival, then I'll be quiet about it. That's a big I probably won't be. Okay. Heart of the Foothills Animal Rescue Clinic is going to be doing a animal show on the courthouse lawn 2 to 4. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Let me check my schedule of events. Oh, there it is. 2 to 4.
Perfect.
Scan the QR code. It comes up if you get confused. There you go. 2 to 4. Let me give you the rundown there. 2 to 4 all day. So 10 a.m. grounds are going to open. They're going to open with our local Cub Scout troop that's going to be doing the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, welcomed by Mayor Dancy. WCAB will be live all day. Mayor Dancy will be over there just a little after 10. Norris Public Library is going to be having a book sale all day right there at the Norris Public Library. Music starts at 11 with Blues Underground. Music continues throughout the day with Blues Underground into transitioning at 1 o'clock to the Bald Mountain Boys, which if you haven't heard them, that is some fantastic bluegrass. They've been at some of our fabs in years past and drawn a pretty good crowd. Then at 4 o'clock, local favorite Desert Sun will be taking the stage and kind of capping off the day. We'll have wrestling shows at noon and 3. Those will be on Trade Street between Foothills Regional Commission and City Hall, kind of across from Norris Library. The dog costume contest, RS cheerleaders, and main event dance studio will all be on the courthouse lawn. That starts at 11 in backwards order. So 11 o'clock, Main Street Dance, 12 o'clock, RS Central cheerleaders, 2 to 4 dog costume contest. We felt like that was probably the better way to go. Get the, humans first, then the dogs, in case there's any you know where we're going with that. Pumpkin painting at the library from 11 to 1. Definitely want to check that out. That's going to be a lot of fun at the library. So we've got stuff for you all day. Car show right here in front of City Hall in the library throughout the festival day. All kinds of fun stuff going on. Bouncy houses, car shows. Excavator rodeo. Thank you to Wright Brothers Construction Company. So a lot of things going on. All right. Hey, what did Christine say?
It was so sweet. So they actually unveiled the car, the Sheriff's Department car, the Cancer Survivor Celebration last night.
How thoughtful and cool.
I love that.
That's so cool. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they're bringing it or not. Maybe they are. That'll be fun if they do.
So I think one thing that we haven't talked about this morning is the tie-dye sip and dye party that we're having tonight behind Town Hall. In between Town Hall and Yellow Sun in that parking lot, we have a bunch of tie-dye materials, and we have our oops to a 139 shirt. So we got them ordered and printed, and then they actually printed them on, I think, the wrong t-shirt color, or it ended up being a lot wider. So it's like
it was a
white.
mistake from the beginning. They were supposed to be Carolina blue.
It's never a mistake.
And they ended up being like a pale light blue. They should have just went with a navy, you know.
Anyway, we saw this as an opportunity to do something with those OOP shirts. And so we're actually going to be tie-dyeing them behind Town Hall. So the registration link is on our Civic Rec platform, but we've had really low registration for the event. So we'll open it up to first come, first served. So just bring
come on down, tie-dye, get some pizza, have fun in the social district. What do we call it? Sip and dip, dip and sip, trip and
die.
Sip and die. Zip and die? Sip and die.
Sip
and die.
I had a lot of other terrible names for the event, so I just settled on.
I remember that day. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Anyway, bring $15. Definitely stop by one of your favorite restaurants or bars and grab a drink and come down and tie-dye with us. And we only have adult sizes. I'm sorry. We didn't.
We have smalls. We do have adult smalls. So if you do have some children there, adult smalls are usually like a youth large kind of thing. We'll be right out back Town Hall. If you can come by Town Hall today, you can register here. You can do online. If you forget all that and you just want to come see us from 6 to 7, just bring $15 cash and we'll make sure you get it done. The shirts were an oops. I mean, we might even take we can do trading and bartering. Just come see us so we can have some fun. We'll have everything set up for you. We'll trade and barter. How about that? $15 cash though.
Let me see. I'm trying to copy this.
So recapping, festival next Saturday starts at 10 downtown Rutherford. All of our event team will have these really cool things. You can scan their barcodes if you got questions on anything. One of the major upgrades this year, on top of booths in the middle of the street instead of on the edges, is we got some fancy bathrooms coming too. So you're going to want to stick around for a while. And didn't even talk about it, but RS Central, on top of their homecoming parade next Friday at 5 o'clock, has been helping us out with some picnic tables. So as y'all know, last year we kind of changed up with our food court. We had 9-ish picnic tables or so in the food court area, all painted by RS Central art students last year. They're doing it again this year. 4 more tables are coming in. So all the designs from last year, 4 new designs coming in. Right now, they're going to do 4 more in the spring for Rutherford Roots. And so more tables coming, more seating options coming for you in the food truck area. Thank you, RS Central, for bringing some cool art to those. Addie Harris, who's the new art teacher, she said, "Do you want to see the designs?" And I was like, "Well, just tease me with one. You know, I don't want to see all 4 of them." And the one she teased me with was, I'll give you a hint, it was out of this world.
I'm so excited to see them.
You want to see the design?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'll see it.
The suspense is real.
Okay, so this was the one that was out of this world.
That looks so good.
Yeah. No, look good? Okay, so cannot wait to see the rest of them. We'll pick them up late next week, bring them down here, and they'll be ready for the festival on top of the tables that were done last year. So really excited about that. And those tables have been very helpful for us for special events. We've been using them for fabs and different things throughout the year. So that's been a great partnership. We've been buying the tables. They've been doing all the stuff there. Special cookies for the party.
I forgot about the best part. Yes, Yellow Sun is going to have some tie-dye related cookies for this event tonight. So you're definitely going to want to come and hang out with us.
We'll be right here behind Town Hall, kind of in this parking lot area. We're not going to be inside Yellow Sun. We'll be right here in the parking lot area. Just kind of set up. We'll have some tables, some tarps with the tie-dye stuff. Just come check us out. It'll be a fun evening. It's supposed to be really nice weather tonight. I know at least the East High School and RS Central have away games tonight, so wish them both luck. I didn't see enough on Chase. I can't remember if they have a home game or not. If you're from the Chase district or you got folks at Chase, drop a comment in the comments below. Believe RS is going to be at Polk and East is at Patton. I think I'm right on that. So if I'm wrong, drop them in the comments below. RS will be at Polk High tonight, so wish them luck. And again, next Friday is their homecoming parade's at 5 o'clock, coming right through the heart of downtown Rutherford. Henry Hilltopper has planned a pretty cool little parade this year, so you're going to want to be a part of that.
Next weekend is going to be so busy, but so much fun.
It's going to be a whirlwind. It's going to be like done. All right. Thank you, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful morning. Hopefully this was engaging. Thanks for bearing with us as we powered through with a little nutrition from Maples on Main this morning. Cannot wait for next week. If you got questions, got comments, drop them in. We watch all those come through. So I know we didn't get them all up on the screen this morning, but I promise you we can see them all. We talk about all of the comments. So we love the feedback that comes through Brewtiful Mornings. We hope it's engaging for you as well.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Whenever lost, whenever down, you know what to do.